Sporting juggernaut Nike is in the hot seat from tennis fans once again after Aryna Sabalenka said that she would not be getting any star treatment at the Slams next year.
Tennis fans are losing it over Nike's latest move. The world number one just revealed she won't be getting custom outfits next year, while a certain American star gets the royal treatment. We're talking about a brand that pays its top athletes millions, but can't be bothered to make them look special. The tea is piping hot, and someone's getting burned. Before we get into this mess, drop a comment. Do you think Nike is treating Aryna Sabalenka fairly? Or is this straight up disrespectful?
But my friends at the Tennis Post asked Aryna about this cutout dress, which she also wore at the WTA Finals in red. And in the press conference after the finals of the WTA Finals, Sabalenka not only said that she had to push Nike to make this custom look happen, but that she would not be getting any other custom fits.
So here's the situation that has everyone talking. Aryna Sabalenka, currently the #1 ranked women's tennis player in the world, just dropped a bomb that Nike won't be giving her any special treatment for the 2025 season. No custom designs, no unique looks, nothing. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff is out here getting 19 different custom outfits in a single season with New Balance. The math isn't mathing, folks.
For the 1000th time, it seems like Nike caught a bit of flack regarding how they treat WTA world #1 Aryna Sabalenka after Sabalenka revealed that she would not be receiving any custom fits next year recently. Giving y'all the backstory before I go into Sabalenka's quote, Aryna has been with Nike for essentially her entire pro career. She's been competing in their clothes since 2016, and up until winning her first major at the 2023 Australian Open, Sabalenka wore basically the same fits as the other Nike woman.
Let's break down exactly what happened. Aryna sat down for a press conference after the WTA Finals, and when asked about her fashion plans for next year, she basically admitted that getting even one custom dress this year required her to practically beg Nike. She said she had to push them hard just to create that cutout dress everyone loved at the US Open and WTA Finals. And then she casually mentioned that 2025 won't be special for her at all. She even joked that maybe fans should start messaging Nike on Instagram to put some pressure on them. That's not the flex Nike thinks it is.
Talk about this beautiful cutout dress you've been wearing, and what can we expect for 2026 fashion on court with you?
Yeah, I mean, this dress was kind of like, let's say, together work, me and Nike. I just threw a bunch of ideas I had, and I was able to push them to give me, yeah, in a way, like my own dress. And I think it turned out being like really cool dress. People loved it, which is important. And yeah, unfortunately, next season it just it's not gonna be that special for me. But exactly. Maybe we should just start messaging Nike Instagram and like putting some pressure on. But let's wait for 2027 because that year going to be sick.
Now, Aryna has been with Nike since 2016. That's almost a decade of loyalty to the swoosh. And for most of those years, she wore the exact same designs as every other Nike woman on tour. The only difference? Sometimes they'd throw her a bone and give her a different color. Wow, how generous. It wasn't until after she won her first Grand Slam at the 2023 Australian Open that Nike even bothered to give her unique colorways. But here's the kicker. Those weren't real custom outfits. She still wore the same design as everyone else, just in her own color palette. That's like being promised a custom car and getting a Honda Civic with a different paint job.
After she won that AO title, Nike started giving Aryna her own unique colorways of those standard Nike kits. Now, these aren't considered true custom Nike outfits, though, because Sabalenka wore the same design as the other woman, but again, just wore them in a different color. And reigning Olympic singles gold medalist Jung Chin-Wen seemingly receives this treatment as well. Naomi Osaka is the only Nike women's player to receive true custom designs that no other woman can wear. This has drawn some criticism among fans, especially those of Sabalenka, because Naomi has not won a major for going on 5 years now.
The really wild part is who Nike does give custom treatment to. Naomi Osaka is the only female Nike athlete who gets true custom designs that nobody else wears. Let that sink in. Naomi hasn't won a major tournament in 5 years. 5 years. Meanwhile, Aryna has been Nike's highest-ranked women's player for the past 4 years straight. She's won multiple Grand Slams, including back-to-back Australian Opens. She's been consistently dominant. But apparently, that's not enough to warrant some exclusive outfits. Look, nothing against Naomi. She's a legend and deserves respect. But from a business standpoint, this makes zero sense. Aryna has more social media followers than Naomi right now. She's one of the most talked about athletes in sports because of her huge personality. She's polarizing, she's entertaining, she wears her heart on her sleeve. People either love her or love to hate her, but everyone has an opinion. That's marketing gold. When she smashed her racket after losing to Madison Keys at the Australian Open, the internet exploded. When she made those comments about Coco Gauff at the French Open press conference, it was headline news everywhere. Like it or not, Aryna moves the needle.
It wasn't until this year's US Open where Sabalenka got her own custom design kit that no other woman wore in terms of the design, except for this one qualifier, but I'm not entirely sure Nike even signed off on letting her wear that, to be honest.
And it's not just Aryna getting snubbed. This whole situation exposes a bigger problem. Nike doesn't care about tennis anymore. Not really. Back in the glory days, they treated their tennis stars like royalty. Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer both had their own personal logos. Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova got custom kits for every single Grand Slam. Nike put serious money and creativity into making their tennis athletes look like the stars they were. Those days are long gone. Today, Nike's two biggest male stars are Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Carlos reportedly makes $15 to $20 million a year from Nike. Jannik has a 10-year, $150 million deal with them. Those are massive contracts. But what special treatment are they getting? Carlos and Jannik don't get custom designs either. They get special colorways, just like Aryna. At the US Open, Carlos wore the exact same tank top design as Holger Rune, just in a different color. Jannik wore the same polo and shorts as Casper Ruud, just in a different shade. It's embarrassing for athletes of their caliber. Carlos doesn't even have his logo released yet. Jannik has a Fox logo, but Nike hasn't done anything meaningful with it. These are the faces of men's tennis right now. One of them just became year-end world #1 for the second time at 21 years old. The other is undefeated in round-robin play at the ATP Finals. And Nike can't be bothered to make them look unique. Meanwhile, the brand spent years creating elaborate custom looks for players who, frankly, weren't moving the sport forward as much as these young stars are now. The only Nike tennis player, male or female, who consistently gets true custom treatment is Naomi Osaka. That's it. One player out of their entire tennis roster. And again, no shade to Naomi, but she's played limited tournaments in recent years due to injuries and personal reasons. She's not currently ranked in the top 10. She's not winning Grand Slams. Yet she gets special treatment that the actual top players don't receive. Make it make sense. Part of this might be because of Naomi's appeal in the Japanese market. Japan is huge for sports brands. Just look at Kei Nishikori, who consistently earned massive endorsement deals throughout his career, despite never winning a Grand Slam. The Japanese market is incredibly valuable. But if Nike is making business decisions purely based on market demographics, rather than current performance and relevance, that's a strategic mistake. Tennis is a global sport. Aryna has fans everywhere. Carlos and Jannik have international appeal. Limiting custom treatment to one market doesn't grow the sport. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Earlier this year, Aryna left IMG, one of the biggest sports agencies in the world. She joined Evolved Talent Agency, which was co-founded by none other than Naomi Osaka herself. Why did Aryna leave IMG? According to reports, she grew frustrated because her Belarusian nationality was limiting her endorsement opportunities. That's a real issue. Since the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, Russian and Belarusian athletes have faced significant challenges in securing and maintaining brand deals. It's why Aryna earns considerably less in endorsements compared to players like Coco Gauff and Iga Świątek, despite being ranked higher and winning more recently. But the custom kit issue goes beyond nationality. This is about Nike fundamentally not valuing tennis the way they used to. In 2023, reporter Eliza Wascode wrote that Nike intentionally decided to move resources away from their Nike Court marketing division. They're deprioritizing tennis. And it shows. The brand that once defined tennis fashion is now treating their top athletes like afterthoughts. So should Aryna just leave Nike? Plenty of male players have jumped ship recently. Jack Draper, Taylor Fritz, Lorenzo Musetti, and Francis Tiafoe all left Nike within the past 2 years for smaller brands where they get better treatment and more attention. Even Coco Gauff was a Nike athlete during her junior days. But when she turned pro in 2018, New Balance outbid Nike, and Coco signed with them instead. That turned out to be the best decision of her career. New Balance treats Coco like the superstar she is. She gets fully custom outfits. She wore 19 different looks this season while playing only 18 tournaments. That's insane. She also has her own signature shoe line, the CG ones, which launched in 2022. Coco became the only active tennis player with a signature shoe. Nike never gave Roger, Maria, Rafa, or Serena their own signature shoe lines. Let that sink in. The greatest tennis players of all time, athletes who defined generations, never got signature shoes from Nike. But a smaller brand like New Balance saw Coco's potential and gave her that platform immediately. Fashion matters in tennis more than any other sport. It's part of the culture. Players express themselves through their outfits. Fans buy replica gear. Iconic looks become part of tennis history. Remember Serena's cat suit? Andre Agassi's denim shorts? Venus Williams' custom designs? These moments transcended the sport. They created cultural conversations. That's what Nike is missing out on by not investing in custom looks for their current stars. Aryna mentioned in her press conference that she hopes 2027 will be different. She said that year is going to be sick. Why 2027 specifically? That's likely when her current contract is up for renewal. She's probably locked into her existing deal through 2026, which explains why she can't get custom treatment next year. But when that contract expires, you better believe other brands will come calling. New Balance, Lululemon, On, Adidas. They'd all love to have the world #1 wearing their gear, and they'd probably treat her a lot better than Nike currently does. The frustrating part is that Aryna clearly wants to stay with Nike. She's been loyal for almost 10 years. She even acknowledged in her response that she and Nike work together on ideas. She's not burning bridges or talking trash. But you can hear the disappointment in her words. She had to push them just to get one custom look. One. And next year, she'll go back to wearing the same designs as everyone else, just in different colors. For the world #1, that's genuinely insulting. Nike is still the biggest sports brand on the planet. Being a Nike athlete carries prestige. Aryna has gotten some love from them through commercials and fan merchandise. She has a Tiger logo sticker thing, whatever that is. But is that enough? When you're at the top of your sport, breaking records and winning the biggest tournaments, shouldn't your sponsor reflect that status? New Balance gives Coco 19 custom outfits and a signature shoe. Nike gives Aryna a different colored version of what everyone else wears. The disparity is staggering. This controversy also highlights how much power athletes actually have. Aryna's comments went viral. Tennis fans immediately started criticizing Nike on social media. People noticed she liked posts calling out the brand for not giving her special treatment. The pressure is building. If enough fans make noise, maybe Nike will reconsider their strategy, or maybe Aryna will just take her talents elsewhere when her contract expires. Either way, this conversation isn't going away. What makes this even more ridiculous is the timing. Aryna just finished another incredible season. She made the finals of the WTA Finals. She won multiple titles. She's been the most consistent player on tour. And this is when Nike decides she's not worth custom treatment? It's tone-deaf at best and disrespectful at worst. The tennis world is watching. Other players are watching. Brands are watching. If Nike continues treating their top tennis athletes like they're doing them a favor just by sponsoring them, they'll lose those athletes. The market has changed. Smaller brands are more nimble, more creative, and more willing to make players feel valued. Athletes have options now. They don't need Nike the way they used to. Aryna Sabalenka deserves better. Carlos Alcaraz deserves better. Jannik Sinner deserves better. These are generational talents who are carrying tennis into the future. They're bringing new fans to the sport, they're must-watch TV, and Nike can't even be bothered to design them unique outfits. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff is out here looking like a fashion icon every time she steps on court because New Balance actually invests in her image. The choice is simple for Nike. Start treating your tennis stars like stars, or watch them leave for brands that will. Because at the end of the day, athletes remember how they were treated. And loyalty only goes so far when you're the world #1 and can't even get a custom dress without begging for it. So that's the Nike drama nobody saw coming. The world #1 pushed to the side while others get star treatment. Corporate priorities are wild sometimes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more tennis content. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Team Aryna or Team Nike? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.